One of my all-time favorite traditions is waking up on a bright Saturday morning, having a nice bowl of cereal, and watching cartoons. Yeah! Kirby right back at ya, Ninja Turtles, Pokemon, and One Piece.
The pirate whose eye is on it, he'll sing, I'll be king of the pirates, I'm gonna be king.
Oof, no, not that one. But there was always one show in particular that I was always excited to see. A show that I would always wake up at 7 in the morning just to watch it. And I'm of course talking about Sonic X. Sonic X is a Japanese anime TV series that was eventually brought over to America, dubbed and localized all the way back in 2003. The series follows Sonic the Hedgehog and his friends having many crazy adventures here on Earth after getting transported from their home planet. The show was picked up by a little company called 4Kids, who don't exactly have the best reputation.
First, get your ass up here! I wanna fight where I can breathe!
Come on up, you big blowfish. We settle this on my toys.
They're infamously known for adapting beloved animes and butchering them like crazy. Bad voice acting, cut content, terrible dialogue. However, Sonic X was surprisingly different, taking all of those negative 4Kids tropes and kicking them to the curb. But enough chit-chat. Let's talk about some Sonic X. We start off the series with Sonic squaring off with Eggman, attempting to destroy his base and retrieve the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Classic. It's a pretty fun and action-packed scene. It honestly sets the tone for the duration of the series. Robots, explosions, Sonic running fast, and of course, being a smartass while doing so.
All I have to do is to push this little button.
Yeah, if you can push it before I grab it.
During this battle, one of Eggman's robots accidentally shoots a machine holding the Chaos Emeralds. This activates the Chaos Control Technique and teleports all of our beloved Sonic characters to Earth, along with a few I don't even really know who you are characters. And then the intro starts. Oh my. This intro theme song has become quite the meme in recent years. Which is a shame, because I really love this song. It's so catchy. I don't care what anyone says. It's got a really upbeat rock sound to it. It tells you the plot of the entire show. And I can promise you, you'll definitely be singing it in your head hours after hearing it. Jumping back to the show, we see that Sonic is now on Earth, waking up from a daze, being completely confused as to where he is, almost getting hit by multiple cars, being mystified with the tall, bright buildings. He's definitely not in Kansas anymore. Or Sonic World, whatever, you get the joke. The rest of this episode is just a huge chase scene of the police attempting to capture Sonic. And that goes as well as you would expect for them. Nothing of importance really happens for a while. Until the end of the episode, Sonic eventually runs into a family's backyard and falls into their pool. This wakes the young boy who lives there, who then goes out to investigate, curious as to what the heck could be going on at this hour. Meanwhile, Sonic isn't doing so good underwater. Hey, Sonic, I don't think that's the best strategy to help you out. The young boy then saves Sonic from drowning, and immediately, the two then seemingly become friends, thus ending the first episode. This is a really solid first episode. It establishes everything the viewer needs to know about the series in a very entertaining and coherent manner, without dragging anything out. The Sonic and Eggman fight at the beginning was action-packed and exciting. It was the first thing we see in the episode, and it immediately grabs your attention. Before you know it, boom! We're here on Earth, getting acclimated with Sonic and everyone else, trying to figure out this weird planet they've landed on. And right as the episode ends, we're left with a cliffhanger of Sonic and this random boy. Perfect first episode! Speaking of this child, we learn a lot more about who he is in the next episode. His name is Chris Thorndike, a young boy with very rich parents. However, like many rich parents, they're very neglectful towards their son, leaving Chris with the servants most of the time. Because of this, Chris is very lonely, not having any friends, and his family hardly ever being there. He seemingly has all the money in the world. He has almost anything a person could ever ask for. Except the one thing that money can't buy: companionship. After learning all of this, Chris of course becomes a very important character, helping out Sonic and the gang whenever he can. The rest of the show plays out like your traditional anime. Each season has one main overarching plot. For the first season, it's of course stop Eggman from being evil, while of course trying to find a way to get back home. But there's also the specific character focus episodes, like with Knuckles, Tails, Shadow, etc. Then there's the backstory episodes, like maybe we'll learn more about Chris, for example. Then there's the villain dedicated episodes, where we learn what they're doing when they're not causing mischief. All of that good stuff. The voice acting in this show is definitely a mixed bag. Some of the characters sound pretty good, like Sonic for example, voiced by Jason Griffith, who's basically the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in my opinion.
Well, I kinda got into this fight out in space, and the bad guy was gonna take him from me, so I sent him away. Now I'll show you!
He's been doing the voice ever since 2003 all the way to 2010. It's the most recognizable in my opinion. But then there's also Chris, who...
The website I went to said most hedgehogs love cat food. I guess that doesn't go for all hedgehogs. I can get you a bowl of crickets.
Yeah, it's not super great. But it actually isn't too much of a big deal, because the storytelling and dialogue is really good. Don't get me wrong, it isn't a masterpiece or anything, but it is a welcome change of pace. I don't know how to explain it exactly. The series wasn't mature, but it definitely has a nice layer of depth to it all that you wouldn't find in most Saturday morning cartoons.
I'll be seeing you, Chris!
Goodbye, Sonic.
Sonic X had a little bit of everything for everyone. There was action, comedy, mystery, and even a little bit of romance. Hopefully this video has at least piqued your interest in checking it out. Or if you've already seen it, maybe you'll want to go back and rewatch some episodes. Because nothing beats Saturday morning cartoons and a nice cold bowl of cereal. It'll definitely make you feel like you're 10 years old again. See ya!